It's weird. We're watching this movie. It's supposed to be for entertainment purposes, but I spent the vast majority of the time we're sitting in the theaters educating M on exactly what was going on, not with like the plot, fuck the plot, but why this is a valuable learning tool. You know what?
Yeah.
Remember those old PSAs from like the 1950s, 1960s, the black and white ones?
Yeah.
Like Reefer Madness and all that shit. I would use this movie as a PSA for why you should not be an SJW.
Oh.
Guys, today we went to the theater, we saw The Circle. Apparently, someone dragged Tom Hanks out of his cage, had him make this movie, and I don't mean to disrespect Tom Hanks. I think he's the greatest actor. No, I'm sorry. He's the second greatest actor on the planet.
Who's the
Tom
first?
Hanks.
Who's your first?
Tom Cruise. And by the way, I fucking hate Tom Cruise. I would love for someone to shoot him in both his goddamn kneecaps.
Oh.
As a human being, I hate him, but I will say, man's a fine actor. You have to be insane to be a really good actor, and Tom Cruise checks off all those boxes. So today, guys, it's me, Ray, and M replacing
Hi.
Dane.
So happy
because
to be back.
don't thank us for that. Thank Dane's inability to handle his liquor. Why a computer monitor see the need
Sometimes
to
you gotta
pour.
shut those computers down and reboot.
It's a computer shutting itself down. I think it's a cry for help.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's a fucking computer. You can't even... What's a bunch of circuits going to do with vodka poured on it? That's just stupid. Why would he do that? I'm not going to get into it. It's just going to upset me. So last minute, we had M meet us at the theater to see The Circle. The Circle is this. You have a all-American girl down on her luck, working a horrible part-time job that she got through a temp agency. She's got the heart of gold, but she's just dirt poor. Her parents are wonderful people, and also they're both sick. The father has multiple sclerosis. It's just tugging on the heartstrings. And then out of nowhere, her best friend, Bonnie, which is Glenn Heady, she works for this huge company. The company is called The Circle. You would maybe think it was based on something in my throat. Google. You would think it's based on a real company. Yeah, it's good getting that out of my throat. And it's huge. She's like, hey, she's really, really high up in the company, going all over the world doing stuff. She almost has no time to stop and rest or whatever. So she finds out they need to hire like 100 people for like a shit customer service position. Just, at the help desk, people call in, they got problems. So she gets her on the list. Her friend's very happy.
Yep.
She goes there. It's one of those companies where being part of the company and being socially involved with all the other employees and being happy and whatnot is enforced with a rigid military-like doctrine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, hey, I noticed you weren't at the little birthday celebration we had for Frank. Oh, yeah, I was feeling sick. Why didn't you go to the infirmary? I'm looking at the thing here. It shows you didn't go to the infirmary. It didn't seem that bad. Oh, so you weren't sick.
Oh. Well.
So, why didn't you go to Frank's birthday party? It's that sort of thing.
It's kind of like Facebook on steroids almost.
I wouldn't even have to say it's like that on steroids. Any major corporation is like that.
Oh,
But I'll get into that later. And anyway, so she's kind of forced to devote so much of her life to the company that she kind of becomes one of the drones that convince themselves that the company is the greatest thing ever. They come out with this new technology that gives them the potential to become extremely invasive. With this new technology and her being sort of a guinea pig of it and her being so gung-ho, the whole social media sort of thing, she learns that this could be a very, very bad thing. For those on the outside, there could be serious unintended consequences. And then it gives you a very, very stupid bullshit in it. Yeah, so basically that's the thing.
The most unrewarding movie.
Yeah, it was thoroughly, that ending was thoroughly unrewarding.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for the most part, there are really only two people that you're looking forward to seeing. The main character, Emma Watson, plays a character called May, and Tom Hanks plays a character called Bailey, who is clearly Steve Jobs. Tom Hanks, I'm the cool founder CEO. Yeah. I'm going to walk around with jeans and my little turtleneck sweater because I'm just cool and hip and whatever. He's supposed to be Steve Jobs.
Yeah, and then you also got John Boyega in there, too.
Yeah, John Boyega does
It's like he does nothing.
Well, that's because he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be her connection to do something, and it felt like nothing was resolved.
Well, I don't know what the hell the ending was, but towards the beginning, was it me? I thought she was an American girl, but her accent kept flying off the handle every which way.
Are you talking about the actress?
Yeah.
Yes, her accent dropped.
Are you telling me that you remember Emma Watson as being an American girl?
Well, they showed it like she was, but her accent was dropping.
Emma Watson is British.
I know.
Okay, so why are you surprised that when she's playing as an American girl, her accent is dropping? Or are you just pointing that out?
I'm pointing that out.
Okay, that's fine. She reminds me of that guy, Deadwood, who used to always say cocksucker.
Oh.
I thought he was American. He was actually British. I was shocked. Emma Watson, to me, is a cautionary tale of what happens when an actor or actress becomes an activist. I can't fucking stand that shit, because now I only watch you to forget about that type of shit and to imagine you as being this other person, and then you purposely drag activism into it and your beliefs into it, and you may say something that pisses me off, like, I don't believe in that. Now every time I see that person, it takes me out of it. I don't see that character. And Emma Watson's not so egregious. I mean, I won't get into it, but I just don't fucking like that. I don't like when they do that.
I know.
Man. You know, play your part and keep your fucking mouth closed.
I think the best actor in the entire movie, before we get into all the other stuff, was Bill Paxton. Playing the father that's going through MS.
With the multiple sclerosis?
Yeah.
I like the Annie character, where she was such a friend that hooked her up with the job, hooked her up with the interview. You could see how she started distrusting her when she was getting more involved into this type of work.
Well, yeah, it's like
she didn't want to be known, and she didn't want to be filmed or in the social media. So she did exactly what I would do. I'm like, don't follow me. I don't know you. I don't know your name.
Well, yeah, that's part of the whole cautionary tale part of it. It's like, yeah, I never signed up for this, and I never.
And some emotion.
Well, yeah, to be fair, she never knew her friend would rise up that high and be a part of this, and that's all her fault. Yeah. She was the one that got her in that position, but she was trying to help. She was trying to do something nice. So I like the fact that Patton Oswalt was in it, because Patton Oswalt, funny as shit. Watch any of his stand-up. The guy's hilarious. Plays as the COO of the company, and he was doing shit that no COO... I used to work in a big company like that. No COO would have been doing what he's doing. It's like, yeah, you will never see the basic employees, you know, unless you're doing like a handshake day and this and that. But yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to show all the employees this politician that we bought. I mean, this politician that... that believes in what we're doing. It's like, no, you're not going to be talking to... No. You're just going to be in boardrooms and shit.
All I know is the movie was actually pretty interesting before they started throwing the activism stuff in your face.
To me, it's not so much them throwing the activism in your face. I mean, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances that are actually addicted to social media. Oddly enough, they're all women. The whole thing is they want every single part of their life. It's all about getting people to live based on their being there so they can talk about them being there. Think your Facebook, your Google Plus, all that type of shit.
I don't think anybody uses Google Plus, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a failed experiment. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah. The main character there, Jermaine, she agrees to have this medical bracelet thing put on and test her vitals. And for her agreeing, they offer to give her parents full medical coverage, which she needs because she's poor. Now, right before that, there's this breakthrough experiment thing they're doing. These little orbs. What did they call the orbs?
Sea change. They called it sea change.
Sea change. That's what they call it.
He said that they come in all colors.
Right. Sea
you glue
change.
them or you stick
Brother
them on the wall?
Eye. That's what I was thinking from Batman. The little eye orbs were called Brother Eye. For comic book nerds. Anyway, it's called Sea Change. There's these little orbs. How they get power, let's not even bother talking about it. It's not important. Watch the movie.
Yeah.
And you put them wherever you want, and they're in this big auditorium where he's saying it to his employees, who are all basically sheep. They're like, yeah, this thing will monitor everything. It will see everything. They're like, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting in the audience like, it'll see everything? All right, I guess it's... Yeah, I'm kind of iffy about it, but I guess it's okay. Yeah, not only that, it'll monitor and photograph and catalog every single person it sees. And I'm like, okay, come on. Yeah, no, I don't...
It's like processing all kinds of data.
But yeah, it said it will catalog every single person. So when M walks down the street at 5 o'clock, when it catalogs that at 5 o'clock we saw M walking down the street, anyone who accesses it will know that, M was there at 5 o'clock. Yeah. So when M's like, no, I wasn't cheating on my boyfriend here because, I was at the dentist's office. Yeah. No, this says you were here at 5 o'clock.
So much for mine.
So I'm like, okay, I can't say I'm cool with that. that. And then the guy says, yeah. And after it catalogs the information, it's going to process all the records and all the information
into the
to
cloud.
put it to a database in the cloud so we can get all this market research to make your life even better. I'm like, fuck this. No. Right? Like, no. Iffy at first. And I'm like, absolutely. Because I'm a tinfoil hat wearing skeptic. I'm part of what they call the skeptic community. Let me adjust my fedora. Part of the,
There's way too much intrusion going on. I mean, you could just slap your camera on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's on your personal property, okay. But they're slapping your camera on just anything. And
well, here's the thing. If it's on your personal property, that's fine. But I don't want the camera on your personal property. Even if it's recording me walking by, that's fine.
Yeah,
but
I don't want it taking data, monitoring what I'm doing at that time.
Yeah.
Their catch is that all of this is voluntary, but towards the end of the movie, they were planning on enforcing it to everyone who exists in the U.S. and probably more.
Well, the data that it would have been getting would not have been voluntary, but I see where you're going. So I'm like, no, this sounds off as fuck. No, I wouldn't do that.
It's just too much power.
Yeah, it's way too much power from individual people going to companies. Because this is an important part. I'm gonna bring up now that she's got the little camera thing there. She spends like 2 weekends. She works Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
2 weekends at home with her family. Then she gets in, and the corporate HR people come up. And I've worked in a big company like this before. And trust me, this is so close to home.
Oh my God.
It's almost sickening. It's like, hey, this weekend, we had several classes, several community things. You didn't show up. Oh yeah, I just, I just wanted to. I was home with my parents. Oh, you were home with your parents? Oh yeah, because my dad has MS. Oh, well, we have an MS workshop. You know, some of the people there have MS, and they could have helped you. Is why it's so disappointed you weren't there. Oh yeah, I get it, right? And and also I went canoeing, but you didn't put that you like canoeing on your profile.
She even gets confused. They're like, wait, we're supposed to work on Saturday? No, we don't work. Thank God that we don't work.
You just have to kind of sort of mandatorily come in to do shit with us.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh yeah, you like canoeing. You didn't put that on your profile. We got a group of canoeing people. You could have gone canoeing with us. And all you're thinking is, fuck, I got to go canoeing with you for.
Yeah.
Thing is, you don't want to say, no, I don't want to fucking do it. I just want to do it myself. Yeah. Because you want to fit in.
You want to fit in, yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's that peer pressure. You want to fit in.
And they seem so happy.
Because they're conditioned.
Yeah.
They're indoctrinated. That's the whole point.
To me, when I started thinking, like, there's a staff of people here that have MS, I'm like, that's not helping my parents. Me being away is not really helping them in any which way.
Hold on. Let me rub my hands together. Let me school you a little bit.
Okay.
This movie is kind of like a warning thing to SJW. This movie is lousy with SJWism, even though they'll say to the contrary. Their own personal feelings are what matters most.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You just busted your leg while trying to save your kid from being hit by a car, but your kid was still hit by a car and run over? Oh my God. I'm going to put out a hashtag for you. Now, what the fuck does that hashtag do for you?
Nothing.
It's not, I'm going to go get your groceries for the next 2 months. You stay home, I'm going to work your job to help you make money. I'm going to do something to help you. No. I'm going to put out a hashtag because fuck helping you. I want to feel better. And as long as I can say I did something to show that I definitely feel for you, that's all that fucking matters. So, your parents have MS? We got like a freaking class here for people to talk about MS. How the fuck does that help my parents?
Yeah.
I need to be home to wipe my dad's ass when he shits himself because he can't go to the fucking bathroom. But that doesn't matter because while your dad's at home shitting himself, sitting in feces and filth, I can go to this class and say how rough it is to have a dad that shits himself in feces and filth, and I can hug you, Ray, and say it's going to be okay.
It's horrible.
I understand how hard it is. You have it so hard. Just thinking about the fact that your dad's probably dead right now, sitting in feces and filth, must be so hard for you. Let's spend an extra 10 minutes hugging. Let me get you some coffee.
Okay.
Your dad might be dead, lying in a pool of feces and filth.
I think it feels better.
That doesn't matter. You feel better because it's all about you. And this movie is littered with SJWism. It's chock full of it. Okay, we're going to start getting into some spoilers, but we're just going to keep it going.
the character seemed like you could get behind her, and then all of a sudden she's on stage and she's saying not having your own personal privacy, not having your own personal human experiences.
Okay. Let me set that up for you guys, and you'll take it. Another thing with SJW is the cult of personality. You want to be part of the group so bad that when given the opportunity, you will absolutely jump at it. Now, the whole thing is, she just wanted to get away for a while. Things were getting a bit hectic. And she loves to canoe on her own.
Yeah.
But she can't do it on the weekends because now she's expected to be doing shit with these other people, but she just wants some privacy.
Yeah.
So she breaks into the place that rents her canoes, jumps in a canoe late at night because she can't do it during the day.
Nope.
Can't do it because during the day she has to be doing shit with them.
Yeah.
So she goes out late at night when there's thick fog, jumps in a canoe, canoes out into San Francisco Bay, capsizes, and nearly drowns. But thankfully, apparently those little all-seeing eye orbs, people have started putting them all over the place. And the cops came because she broke in because the orb saw her.
Yeah.
And then when she was drowning, people started calling in like, yeah, there's a woman drowning. Because they're just people just sitting there watching the orbs for no reason. The people addicted to social media do this shit.
Yeah.
They just fucking watch it.
But why would you put something that would cost about $80 on a fucking buoy out in the ocean?
Well, that's the thing. He said it didn't cost $80. He said it cost like less than the jeans he was wearing. And because he wants to be down with the struggle and he wants to be real, I'm assuming his jeans are like $20-$30.
Oh.
So people are like, yeah, I just want to put it here so I can get some likes. I want people to say they like the fact that I put it there. It's all about the likes.
Yeah. And so she was saved. She was saved in this point. And then she had a meeting with the CFO or the COO. And then she goes on stage.
The CEO and the COO.
Yeah, the CEO and the COO.
Tom Hanks and my man Pat Oswalt.
Well, and she goes out on stage and pretty much Tom Hanks' character is, spoon feeding her in the direction that he wanted her to go in, and she just took it a step further.
Mm-hmm. Of course, because she's being invited in. She's being invited in.
It seemed too unnatural. Like, you couldn't tell if that was them pushing her or her character just growing into this love idea of the social media and how it saved her
I kind of
life.
got the idea that she was growing into
Her whole
it.
Robotnik acting just didn't draw me into
it felt
her
so
character.
forced, though. It felt so forced. Like, the character has been pretty much okay until this point. Mm-hmm. Maybe she was touched because Tom Hanks' character said his
There's
son...
no emotions. Like, oh, thank you. Like, not even crying that her life got saved. So.
Well, I think she was just embarrassed because, she went out there without no life preserver or anything. That's what I was thinking. But
I was assuming she was still partially in shock. I don't really think the embarrassment came from it. I think she was humbled and awed that she was before this person.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It just felt weird to me. It's just like, oh, well, it's a human right that everyone needs to experience what you experience.
Okay. Let's stop for a second. Professor Antoine is going to give you... Here's the thing. When it comes to an SJW, to justify their desire of something, you can't just say, well, I should have that because I want it. Everyone knows that's bullshit, and deep down, that's bullshit as well. See, the thing is, you have to create an intensity and an overwhelming urge for something that the common man can't dispute. No matter what it comes down to, at some point an SJW will say that a particular thing that they want, they will say either A, it's a right, or B, not giving someone this is responsible for death.
Yeah.
And this chick was like, oh, you know what? If everyone could see what I was doing, it would prevent them from making the same mistake and it could save lives. So really, people have a right to be able to experience what I went through.
Yeah.
And all I could think is, what in the fuck would make you think someone has a right to my experience? Those are my experiences.
Right.
Those are mine. Okay, I went through that for me.
Yeah.
I didn't go through that because you insisted it happened. That is mine. That is my property. That's my memories. But it doesn't matter. I want those memories from you. So I'm going to say it's a right. And if something is a right, how can you keep it from me? You can't.
The Tom Hanks character was trying to use an example that his son can't experience things like this. And that was really like a nice speech so that you could sympathize with people who can.
Yep.
But here's the key. Those are people who are voluntarily choosing to share their experiences. You don't have to do it mandatory. And so this girl completely changes the whole theory.
It's a right.
It's a right.
That they should be able. He can't walk. He was born with cerebral palsy and this and that. He's paralyzed from the neck down, he should have the right to experience what other people experience. No. You know what? It's a shame that you're paralyzed from the neck down, but either luck is a very fickle bitch, or maybe God hates you.
Oh, no.
But either way, you don't have a right for shit. I'm gonna bang 10 chicks and then run a marathon in front of you and laugh and point because you don't have a right. But I'm projecting the SJW thing in him.
Right.
That's the thing with that. Now, what I want to bring up, who I think was actually my favorite character, who had the least screen time,
Was John Boyega? Ty?
That's the black. No, not Ty. The friend zone.
The martyr?
Oh, yeah. Mercer.
Oh, it was Mercer.
Mercier.
Mercer was in the friend. Okay, Mercer was played by
Ellen Coltrane?
That's a chick's name. Jesus. Okay, well, Eller Coltrane played as Mercer. And the first scene they showed this guy, I just felt like I didn't have the heart to say shit. Like, he's on the movie screen.
I knew that he wasn't going to be the love interest.
No, he's in the fucking Friends. He is the fucking definition. He is the patient zero of the friend zone male. He's such a nice guy. He's known her since she was a kid. The first time you see her car broke down. She whips out her cell phone. I figured she was calling AAA. This guy shows up with his truck. So what's going on? Oh, it's probably the carburetor. Nope. Flips it open. Ain't the carburetor. It's a water pump. Oh, I was close. Ha 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 ha. And then what's worse, like, so, I was thinking maybe we can go out and get some coffee. I was asking you about that. Oh, you know what? Let me text you. I'll text you a time that's good. And he's like, why the fuck you gonna text me? I'm here right now. Why don't you just tell me? And I'm like, I want you to go to the screen. She's blowing you off. She's never gonna fuck you. I was projecting. That was me in his body. Yeah. Walk away. Yeah. Fucking walk away.
You should have never picked up the phone.
Yank the hose off the car so it's broken again and walk away. This guy is friend zone like a motherfucker. And he's known her since she was like a kid. And it's sad.
It's sad.
And, this guy's going to do all this shit for me. And I have no obligation to show him any sort of intimate affection for it. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I will say fair is fair. A woman is not obligated to show him intimate affection. But I do feel she is obligated to let him know, yeah, you're not going to get shit from me. Fucking ever. And she knows what he's doing. She knows what he's doing.
And her dad was trying to hook them up together too.
Of course, because his parents are adults. They're like, oh God, she's young and fucking stupid.
She deserves this nice guy.
No,
that's the way the parents see it.
No, his dad sees it. At some point, she's gonna need a man, and there's a good man here, and he's gonna disappear. She's gonna end up with a douchebag piece of shit. And his mother sees it like, yeah, once she gets to her mid-30s, she's gonna hit the fucking wall because now she can't have kids. And once you hit the 30s, your beauty, instead of going up, as soon as you hit your early to mid-30s, a woman's beauty can only go down. She's like, you need to find a fucking man. Our daughter's an idiot because she's young. She's got these stupid ideas, and she's gonna be a CEO of a company or some shit. We need to work to hook her up with a guy. And this is a great fucking guy. He's a great fucking catch. If I weren't so militantly heterosexual, I'd marry the fucker. It's a great fucking guy. But she doesn't see that because he's a nice guy. Yeah. Oh, he's just a good friend.
Yeah.
It becomes an important thing. Oh, you gotta put stuff from the company's social media page, have to get involved. This guy makes chandeliers.
Out of wood.
No, yeah.
They're, antlers.
No, they look.
Well, that was just one.
That was one.
There's just one that looks like antlers.
He's a carpenter.
Right. They very well could have been real antlers. I don't even know. But even if they were, I'm sure he wasn't murdering deer to get the antler.
He had to state that because everybody was assuming.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a deer that died naturally or whatever.
And what's even worse is, like, he goes and visits her at her job.
Wait. She took a picture because her parents showed her the beautiful antler chandelier that he set up. She took a picture with her cell phone and posted it on the company's little Facebook page or whatever. After that, she just forgot about it. She didn't even take a look at it. What happened after that?
Yeah. And she's having an argument at her job. He comes to her job and says, hey, I got a big problem. I've been getting death threats. She looks at him and was like, what? It's like, did you post something about my chandelier or whatever I gave it to your parents? And she posted it. She's like, yeah, I'm getting death threats because they claim I killed deer. And I started to think, I mean, it's a work of art. I mean, you see this type of shit in stores. And then one of her coworkers that's walking through, Mercer, you killed deer. I'm like,
deer
There were
killer.
several of them. There were like 3, I think.
She could have just walked us like, dude, the guy's right there. You don't have to shout it out like a bunch of children like you're in the schoolyard.
Right, she didn't seem sympathetic enough. I mean, you see the harassment in front of your face.
Well,
do a little
okay.
bit more than say sorry.
I'm gonna stop you guys. We need to have like PBS breaks because I'm educating the
No,
shit
no,
out of you guys.
I know
Okay,
what it is.
Stop. You know what it is, but our audience does.
Oh, okay.
So let me educate again on SJWs. Always project.
Yeah.
What this means is when they accuse you of something, the more false the item they're accusing you of, the more absolutely positive of a fact it is that they're doing it. And they're projecting it on you to prove that they can't possibly be that thing because they're so against it. Girl comes up, you open the door and hold it for her. Oh, what you holding the door for a girl for? You think she's too weak? You sexist piece of shit? He's sexist as all hell. SJWs always project. Now, say they hate it when people, basically get together and team up on an innocent person. The fastest thing an SJW will ever do is jump on a bandwagon to lynch somebody.
Yeah.
They will do it so fast, they don't even need a real reason. You can just drop hints. And when one person says, oh, look at those antlers, this guy's a deer killer, that sends up bells. Oh, wait. You give me a reason I can say hateful shit to this dude?
Uh-huh.
You fuck this guy. This guy's a piece of garbage. And it ramps up and it ramps up. And no matter how high it ramps up, it's okay. It's okay because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
You're part of the group. It's okay for us to drag him out of his house, put a noose around his neck, string him up, and burn a cross on his front fucking lawn. It's okay because everyone else is doing it. It's justified. You're acting like a garbage human, but it's justified because everyone else is doing it. And if everyone else is doing it, then we must have right on our side. It's the same thing that led to whites in the antebellum South lynching black people. It's basic human things people would never have done on their own. They were more than willing to do because deep down, the basic human nature wants you to do bad things, but it's a set of morals and standards that we've conditioned ourselves not to do. But if enough people are doing it, you can get around those morals. Yeah. You can convince yourself it's okay to do, and SJWs get off on that shit because they want it. Imagine everyone has blood inside them, but everyone's a vampire. What happens when one person gets one little leak of blood? What's going to happen?
They can smell it.
Yeah.
They can smell it.
What's everyone around them going to do?
We need that blood, man.
Yeah, they're going to jump on them because they want it. Say, man, we want to...
I always see this nonsense with vegans hating meat eaters and meat eaters hating vegans and talking shit about
meat eaters. Hold on. Meat eaters don't hate vegans. They're annoyed by vegans.
But they're always some stupid war or nonsense of insulting people.
This isn't
just
about
because of what they eat.
This isn't about insulting. This is about attacking. There's a difference between trolling and attacking. Trolling means, I'll insult you and I'm going to laugh to see your reaction. Attacking means I can't sleep at night until I know that someone has worked to put you out of your job, find out where you live, post it on the internet, have you in fear for your life, and at the end of the day, have you naked on your knees begging forgiveness. That's what I need to sleep at night.
And I think this movie showed that with that.
It showed all that. That was the whole thing. This guy came to her and was like, yo, I'm receiving death threats. This is for, I just made your parents a chandelier. And she's like, no, I can fix this. And the guy said, look, whatever. Just don't ever call me again. Fucking takes off.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing is, there was this one point in the movie called Soul Searching where they say we're going to go find some criminals.
Right. That's like the upgrade of this company, how they're gonna
that's because they have so many
knowledge of finding people.
They've got so many of the orbs around and so many people connected to the orbs. They say, what we're gonna do, pick it random. We're gonna pick a criminal and we're gonna have people in this criminal's area. We're gonna show them the pictures and see how long it takes them to find that criminal because we got so many of these cameras out now. Everyone can access the cameras. So you put the picture of the criminal up. So we're going to give it 20 minutes. Put the picture up, and within 10 minutes, like 8 people from different camera angles find the criminal. Yeah. The police are contacted. She gets carried away like, it's awesome. Look at that. We got her within 8 minutes and 10 minutes or whatever it was. Fantastic. And they're like, how about now we go and we try to find a civilian? And I guess the idea was, hey, we found a civilian. Hey, we found you. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm on the app. It's all good. It's all great. So, all right. So she's like, let's find a that's a civilian. And I don't know why
Somebody in the
she
crowd.
asked. Why did she ask someone in the crowd?
Yeah, somebody in the crowd was shouting out his name because I guess
Did
they
she
remembered
ask
that he was
her?
the deer killer.
Oh, because
he was already famous for being the deer killer.
Yeah, he was famous because of being a deer killer, and she was being filmed. So that was during the time that she was.
All right,
being
so
recorded.
someone in the crowd yells out Mercer, and she didn't want to do it. It's like, okay, no, it's my
She already
friend. I don't want
promised him
to.
take him off the grid.
I don't want to do anything with
This
him.
scene could have gone one of two ways, and it could have went bad, and it did go bad in every single way.
They pulled a Diana.
Yeah, well, they.
Yeah, it's too soon. Too soon.
This could have gone really, really, really bad. The guy could have been shooting people on his property. Okay.
What did you think was gonna? You think he was gonna shoot people?
What I first thought, and I nudged over to Antoine, saying, "Look, they're gonna find him hanging from the ceiling because he killed himself." Because
Which was a very real possibility.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was going to happen,
yeah.
but I would. If it
that's
would
what
have
I first said.
happened, I would have said completely believable.
Okay.
Because she hadn't spoke to the guy in months.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna show him with a wife or
Also would have been nice.
that he moved on and found somebody that he can love and care
And
about.
now they're disrupting his new family.
right.
That also would have been nice. I thought what was going to happen was they were going to show up and the people were going to storm the place and like maybe break the doors down. He's going to try like fight them off like, yo, get the fuck out of my house. And then they were going to get violent with him and then kill him on camera. That's what I thought was going to, all of which would have been great. Any one of these three choices would have been great choices.
The thing is, there's
Lynch
that one.
mob.
There's that one person that's running up against the car. I'm like, dude, this lady's running in mud.
Yeah, they came prepared with super bikes.
They could have been ran over with the freaking car.
Well,
It's like,
not just that, there's fucking drones and like,
It's
how
too
the fuck
much.
does a drone know where he is? I know someone's controlling it, but this app is supposed to be like, oh, here's this picture. Oh, I see him right there. So everyone's like, oh, Mercer. She doesn't want to get him involved, but the COO is like, yeah, yo, go with Mercer. Okay, well, let's do Mercer and remember, please be respectful. We'll get Mercer out there. So they go out there, and he's off in the boonies somewhere, and like, I don't know, where like 4 or 5 cars show up. They're banging on his doors,
It's
shouting
fucking
through his
too
window, we know you're in there, deer killer, and this and
they're
that. I'm
all
like,
hyped
God damn,
up.
what the fuck? And she's trying to, in her stage, okay, let's be calm.
Yeah,
let's
don't
be
hurt him.
Yeah, let's be polite,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. They're like, oh man, fuck you, and this and that. The guy's like, yo, go get out of here. Leave me alone. And eventually he runs out of his cabin, jumps his truck, and tries to drive off. And someone puts one of those little eyeball things
on the window.
on his window so you can see him the whole time. And she's like, yo, turn the audio on for that eyeball
Yeah,
so I
she
can
wanted
talk
to
to him.
calm him down.
But the thing is, the eyeball was outside. It was on the outside of the window. That's what she's like, yo, turn up the volume. Turn it up. Increase the volume on the eyeball. He can't hear me. And as he was trying to drive away, someone's drone came down right in front of the truck, and he swerved because he couldn't see in front of himself, so he wanted to swerve away from the drone. As soon as he swerved, there's a car in the other lane, so he yanked it back over and ended up going over the bridge. And this was live.
I would have been happy to break the drone. Like, just drive right through it.
But the
Like,
thing is, you can't
sometimes
see. It's not, oh, I don't want to damage the
he
drone.
knows
It's like
the
he couldn't
street, though.
see.
That's the street.
This
right
was a
by his
bridge.
house.
This is
So
dangerous. It's a bridge. It's
But
on the
if
street
you drive on that street every day in your
Yes,
life,
it's
you should
by your-
know
it's-
not to drive off of it.
It's by your cabin, but you're on the bridge. And if I were to put my hand over your eyes,
Emotions are not.
you're like, well, you
so
put your hand over.
Your body should know
You
how
put
to
your
drive.
hand over my eyes. Ha ha, funny. But I know this bridge. I'm
Sorry,
gonna just keep
like
driving.
a bird, kill the drone. I would have done the
What
same
the-
thing.
Oh,
It's not worth your life.
he didn't think he was gonna die. If he knew he was gonna die,
That bridge looked like it collapsed pretty easily when he plowed through it.
Yeah, that is some bullshit. That truck should not have gone over that bridge that easily. It should have been able to withstand a lot more than that. But whatever.
I was shocked.
We gotta get the
But, you
movie
know-
going. He has to die. The bridge,
Unfortunate event. And this
It's
actress-
fictional. You don't have to say it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, she had her sad throughout this event. I was really disappointed how they couldn't put more emotional drama into this character. It just looked like she took a nap at her mom's house after her best friend died. Like, there was no real grit.
I feel bad for the
emotions, no
guy 'cause he didn't get to hit that.
I mean, she didn't even scream that he died in front
Well,
of her
she
face.
cried.
That's
She was
traumatic.
trying to compose herself because she's in front of the audience. But
She
the
was
whole
ready
thing
to go
is
back online in
Now-
3 days.
right now, Ray, you say you feel bad because the guy didn't have to hit that. Ray, what you felt at that point, you should have felt the moment he asked her out and she said, "Yeah, I'll text you." That's when you should have felt bad. It's like, he's
I
never
did feel
fucking
bad.
that. He's going to spend his whole life doing shit for this chick, and he's never going to get a sniff of her vagina,
Oh,
which is sad.
yeah.
It's sad. I can't get angry about it anymore. I just get sad because it's never going to happen. If you ask that character, what does she want? I want a nice man who just loves me and wants to provide and wants to have a family. I mean, like this guy right here. Oh, no, not him. I've known him since I was a kid. Now, I'm going to get someone who's a drug addict and deals coke, and I'll convince him to be a good man. And when he slaps me around, I'll say it's my fault. He doesn't mean it. And eventually, it'll all go horribly and we'll break up and I'll just start to hate men in general. No, it's like she goes to Ty and has him hack into the system to reveal all the personal emails of the CEO and the COO, all their personal shady dealings, which will undoubtedly end them. And she's like, yeah, we believe in complete openness. So I went ahead and I'm going to put these pins on them so you can see everything they're doing. And here's all their email. I released it all to you. And Tom Hanks and Pat Oswalt was like, yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Right after that, it goes to her. Was she waking up?
She was on her kayak.
I think it goes to her. Scene with the kayak was.
It goes to her being somewhere, and she waves at the camera. Hi guys.
Hi, yeah,
and it shows all the other people who are connected, and it just fucking ends. I'm like, so what the fuck happened to Tom Hanks and Pat Oswalt?
It's like it had no ending. It's
what
just
the
okay.
fuck? I mean, yes, they're gonna be in trouble. All their shit was exposed, but like, what was exposed? Did they kill a senator? Did Tom Hanks rape a pregnant woman?
Right.
What the? You don't know what it is they did that would have ended. Is the company around?
No revenge. Okay.
Is the company? Does the company still exist?
They could have just did one thing. They could have had a newscast with a news person.
Yeah, that's fine. So-and-so company had to file for bankruptcy amongst their stock dropping to 1%. Something like that. This is fine.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, here's all the information. Roll credits. Like, what the fuck? That just made no sense.
Yeah,
that be ashamed, Emma Watson.
Horrible.
So, Ray, what do you give it?
I would give this a high rental.
A high rental?
A high rental, yeah. I give this a high rental.
Okay. For me, I would say this is such a teachable tool for me to get kids off that horrible drug known as SJWism. For that, I would have actually given it a middle of the road matinee, but that ending pissed me off so much. Like, are you fucking sick? What the fuck? You just stopped.
And the thing is, they rolled
no conclusion.
That was a black screen for about like 5 seconds, and I said, "Is that it?" And you said, "It better not fucking be." And then it gave us another 10 seconds of video.
Yeah, you know what? I take it back. Not a middle of the road matinee. I would have given it a high matinee. That ending pissed me off so much. I'd give it a high rental. But you know what? I'm gonna go with a low matinee. Simply because it's like I think I spent more time teaching people about why you shouldn't be an SJW than I did about what the fucking movie was about. And that's a teachable moment. That's good. Winners don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Watch this propaganda film about reefer madness. That's what this was. So, all right, you give it a rental. I'll give it a low matinee. So, M, what do you give it?
Well, I'm going to tell you a contrast because there was one scene that I noticed you guys didn't mention, but it was a scene that important. If I had a glass of water in my mouth, I would have just spit it out. And that was the scene where she was first online for 24 hours and she wanted to say hi to her parents. And they shoot her parents, like, trying to have sex. And she's like,
that was actually called a penis pump. It's what men use to make the blood vessels expand.
I was like, this close
so that
to
the penis
vomiting,
is
but
larger.
I felt so bad for her. I'm like, wow, that was a traumatic scene. You know, the character sucked. All she did was avoid her parents, and her parents avoided her, and you felt nothing from the character. So, I mean, you could have done more with that, with emotions.
That's
what
I'm saying.
Acting, or come on.
Yeah, Bill Paxton played it off, man.
And so...
he did what he was paid to do.
But, unfortunately, I'm going to rate this a really low rental, because...
A low rental? Damn, that's harsh.
Because it's not enough to have one good scene or a dramatic
that's
scene.
A cold bitch.
Sorry, but when you do a movie, having a good ending is the whole point of having a movie.
If you paid money to go into a theater, this ending, you would be thoroughly...
This ending was like them saying, fuck you. Like,
after
fuck
you
you for
paid
watching
money.
my movie, thank you. And
yeah, after you paid... If you were just watching it on the TV, it'd be fine. But it's like, no, you paid money. You woke up, took a shower, got dressed, went to a theater and paid money.
I'm gonna have
and you
to
saw
say,
this ending.
I don't value... money is like Yeah,
Of
Ben,
course not. You're a
I'm
woman.
sorry.
No, you've got
It's
a
not
boyfriend.
about-
Yeah, you got a boyfriend to pay for all
It's
that.
not about.
You learn nothing from our
It's not
our
about the
dear
money
friend Mercer.
sometimes,
She's learned
okay?
nothing from Mercer.
It's not about the money, but you rob my time. You rob my time, and
Well,
my
that's
time
fair.
is much more valuable than.
Because time can't be replaced. Money
Exactly,
can.
and
All right.
I'll
Okay.
forever hate you for that.
All right,
So thank you, the circle.
Well, you two bitter, cold-hearted assholes. Because of you, we're gonna give this a rental. All right, so that's it. You know, you've got the circle. Google and Facebook will destroy us all.
Yeah.
Don't watch that movie. No, it's a rental. You can rent the movie. It's fine. Watch it on demand or something. Anyway, until next time, this is the fellas, and I guess M is not necessarily a fella, but whatever.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go to our website, g2ta.net, or go to Podbean, g2ta.podbean.com. I think I'm going to go full transparent, man.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
Man, if I would have been
Floats your boat.
transparent, I would have been farting. I mean, it looks so much nicer for a woman to do full transparency because they don't fart when they sleep.
Yeah, they save it up for later.